Hi, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. So we're going to be checking out a video about Facebook Marketplace scam. There are a lot of people who try to purchase stuff for affordable price and you go on Facebook Marketplace. Sometimes people are looking for rent, someone to buy, purchase like cars, just little stuff like furnitures and the rest. Try to buy those things for cheaper price so they don't have to, or it could be even given away for free. Like some people give things away for free on Facebook Marketplace. So now we're going to be checking out some scams that some people have encountered with it and they're warning others. I'm somebody who have used Facebook Marketplace and I still will use it. Everybody have different reasons as to why they go on there and some of the scams that they encounter. So we're going to be checking out those videos for those people who use it so you can watch out. But before we get right into this video and check it out, please make sure you click the like button. It helps the algorithm and I appreciate that so much. Let's get right into this video.
If it looked like a scam, sound like a scam, or sound too good to be true, 9 times out of 10 it is. So my friend saw this listing on Facebook Marketplace for a 2-bedroom apartment that she was interested in. It was a house for rent, and the price was at $1,900. So she inquired to the lady. She asked the lady how did she go about it, considering she never had an apartment before. The lady said, "Here, his application. I'll send it over to you. I got a few showings. These are the dates and these are the times." So my friend did ask her, like, "Hey, 1,900 is a little bit steep for this place. Like, I really do like it, but are you willing to go down on the price at all?" So they did a little haggle back and forth, and the lady so-called said that she'll give her the apartment for $1,200. So she's still talking to the lady. The lady is telling her, like, "Hey, this is one of my top places. Everybody's interested. My phone is ringing off the hook. Everybody want to come see it, and it is first come, first serve. So if somebody do come in, they put their application in, and they do come and put a deposit in, they're going to trump your spot. And even though you got a showing to come see it on Friday, if somebody come before you, then they'll get it first." So now she getting my friend on nervous. She was like, "If you're really interested in this place, you can just put down a partial deposit. You can put down half the security deposit. You can put down $600 whole, and that money will be refundable. That money will be refundable to you. If you're not interested in the place, you no longer want it, we can refund you the money. Or if you are interested in the place, that can go towards your security deposit." So my friend is like, "Okay, I'll do it. Like, should I get a money order? How do I send you the money? Can we meet up? How do we make this arrangement?" So the lady is like, "Hey, you could just send it to me via Venmo, Cashapp. You know, you can send it to me through one of those apps." And she's like, "Okay, well, I can Cash App you the money." She done Cash App this lady the money. She comes to work the next day and she's like, "I'm so happy, y'all. I got the place." She said she's going to hold it for me. "I still have my showing. I get to go see it on Friday. I'm so excited. If everything goes well, I'll get the keys on Friday." So I'm asking her questions and I'm like, "How much was the place?" She was like, "It's $1,900, but she lowered it for me. Like, me and her was kind of connecting. We were vibing. We came up on the price. So she's willing to give it to me for $12. Like, it's so nice. Oh my God, the pictures are amazing. I can't wait to go see it." And I'm like, so the place went from $1,900 to $12. She's like, "Yes, she was willing to go down on it for me." And I was like, "And where is this place?" And I'm like, "And you sent it to her through what?" She's like, "I sent it to her through Cash App." She's like, "I can't wait to go see the apartment." Tuesday came, Wednesday came, Thursday came, Friday came. There was no apartment to be seen. The money was gone and the lady had dipped. The lady vanished and she lost $600. Cash App ain't helping nobody recover no money. I don't know. $600 at a loss over a Facebook Marketplace.
I just got scammed on Facebook Marketplace, and I thought the whole point of using Facebook Marketplace was so that things like this could not happen. So earlier this morning, I found a Murphy bed that would fit perfectly in my office, that could be like a combo as an office and a guest bedroom. Messaged the seller. Everything was good. You know, they said that they could deliver, but there would be a delivery fee of $60. The Murphy bed was only going to be $220. And so I was like, oh, this is a great deal. The ones I've been looking at are like $700 to $900. And they live about an hour from us. So I found him on Facebook, looked normal, had a daughter, saw his wife, like everything looked really normal. And we worked out a time for them to drop off the Murphy bed. And the only thing that they wanted up front was the delivery fee of $60. I felt like that was reasonable because, you know, they're also taking the risk driving an hour and a half and delivering it and us not being able to pay. So he sent me his wife's Venmo, and I Venmo'd the wife $60. So it comes to the time, 3 p.m., that they're supposed to drop it off, and I haven't heard from him. My husband and I have like rearranged things in the office so that we can fit the Murphy bed, and we're sitting there waiting. At 3:10, I message him and say, "Hey, just checking in, making sure, like, are you on your way?" Because I had given him my phone number. I was like, "Please call me when you get close." I already was a little nervous because I'm like, they're delivering this to my house, and I don't know these people. Safety. So I was kind of already Just nervous about that. He was like, yes, on our way now. Okay, then literally 50 minutes go by. No, not 50, sorry, 30 minutes go by. And at 3:30, I was like, hey, just trying to, with our kiddo and all, trying to plan out what's an ETA. And he said, 4:50, no other explanation, 4:50. So like literally 2 hours from when we had agreed to meet, 4:50, and then sent me a picture of a flat tire. That's it. No explanation, nothing. And I show this to my husband. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so my husband goes to work out. Then I'm going back to the message and it disappears on Facebook Marketplace. So he obviously took down the listing, which makes our conversation just go away. So I have zero proof. Now I'm going to Venmo. $60 has already gone through. I can't cancel that on Venmo, can I? And is there a way for me to get my message back on like Facebook Marketplace? I thought the whole purpose of Facebook Marketplace is to prevent these type of things. Like it's supposed to be more secure than Craigslist. But if the seller has all the control and they take down the listing, I don't even have proof of our messages going back and forth. From now on, I'm gonna have to screenshot everything. Like, obviously, I have fault in this, but dang, this just really sucks. I can't believe somebody would do this and do this for $60. Is there any way to get my messages back or $60? And my thing is okay, it's just $60. I don't, fine, whatever. Are they doing this to more people? Because I'd like to report them. But now I can't even find him on Facebook because I had viewed his profile through our message. I didn't search for him on the Facebook app. I had just gone through the messenger. But I do have his wife's Venmo. And I want to make sure that they're not doing this to other people. I don't give a shit about $60. Fine, I got scammed. But are you doing this to other people? Okay, help me out. What would you do? Is there a way to get the messages back?
So I'm making this video to not only share my experience, but to spread awareness on people who are potentially looking or trying to buy used cars on Facebook Marketplace and the potential dangers of doing something like that so that you don't end up in the situation that I am in right now. My eyes are so red because I have literally been crying. I have come to terms with the situation, but I'm going to share my experience so that this can potentially educate you or somebody you know on how to maneuver about buying cars on Facebook Marketplace. So I am so tight that I got scammed out of $4,600 because I am somebody who does the research, does the tedious looking, make sure I have everything that's necessary. I really try to make sure that when I'm doing something, especially when it requires spending this much money, that I am doing the right thing and making the right decision. So I was literally shopping around for used cars on Facebook Marketplace because I financed a car in the past and it was literally just too much. And I came across a listing for a 2018 Nissan Sentra. Now, if you know anything about cars, you know that Nissans typically have like transmission or like engine issues. But if it's well maintained, like you pretty much can buy a used Nissan that's working pretty well. I have been looking at cars for literally 4 weeks because I have been vetting out different pages and different cars and like communicating with people and like basically trying to find a good deal, a good car and things like that. So I found a listing for a 2018 Nissan Sentra and I reached out to them. It was a couple, it was a woman's page, and it pretty much looked fine. Like they had pictures of the car. It didn't look like AI or like some crazy fake picture because a lot of people try to scam like that. Like it looked pretty much like it checked out. The Facebook page was like legit, like it wasn't AI, no, none of that. And I'm going to like put the name of the Facebook page. So if you are trying to buy a car and you see this name, do not buy it from this name. So I make an appointment to go and see the car. And when I get there, I was communicating with a woman who said that it was her and her husband. But when I got there, it was two men. First red flag. So I got there, they're showing me the car or whatever, like it checks out, like the car literally looks fine. And the type of person I am, I'm like, you know what, I don't care if the car looks fine, I don't even care if it drives fine, because I also test drove the car, which is why I'm also very upset, because I test drove the car and it didn't have any problems. And literally I had somebody with me, they were in the car. Like if the car had the problem that it acquired 2 days later to me purchasing on the same day, like I wouldn't have bought it, and it wouldn't have been like hideable, if that makes sense. But anyways, I test drive the car, smooth, perfect, everything. I took it to one mechanic. I paid. They examined the car. They told me that there's little minor problems with the car, but I didn't really mind that because I'm buying a used car. It's not going to be perfect. I even also take it to AutoZone to plug it into the OBD scanner to see if it has any like transmission, engine, battery stuff. Also had it checked by a mechanic to make that clear. You know, everything checked out pretty much perfectly fine. So when I got the car, I drove it home that same day. Everything was perfectly fine. I'm telling y'all, the car was accelerating fine. It wasn't really making any noise. It was perfect. Like, it was driving, like, mwah, literally. 2 days later, I'm driving the car, and I realize it starts, like, jerking when I'm trying to accelerate, and it's making a whistle sound, like the car is not trying to accelerate. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. Like, that's not supposed to do that. So initially I'm thinking it's the brakes. But when I went and bought the brakes and took it to the mechanic and the mechanic like drove the car, they were listening to that sound and they were like, that's not the brakes. That's the transmission. So we fixed the brakes and everything. And even after fixing the brakes, I bought brand new brakes and everything. Put the brakes on the car, drove the car. It was still having that problem because lo and behold, it's the transmission. Mind you, there is no check engine light. There is no warning light. No nothing on the car. So they ended up telling me that it's possible that they put some type of like truck oil or something that'll make the transmission in the car run perfectly and smoothly the same day. And then eventually it'll break down, of course, because the car doesn't actually run that way. So when that happened, I reached back out to the number, and when I got to the voicemail, this is a Google Voice subscriber. So this is a fake number. I go back to the Facebook, no answer. I'm literally texting the page, literally nothing. I go back, all the information on the page is gone. All the photos and everything on the page is gone. It literally looks like a blank Facebook page. So quite literally, I got scammed of $4,600. When I was messaging them, they gave me a home address, but I don't even know if that's a legit address because they could have quite literally just given me anything just for the sake of like telling me or like selling the story. So if I try to even take them to small claims court, I don't even know how to do that because how can I confirm that this is their address or anything because they quite literally just played me. This whole situation has had me very upset because I spent my money, but not even that. It's just the fact that I paid for the repairs and brakes for this car just for it to be messed up. And I also paid for registration and insurance on a car that I can't even drive. I am literally in the city. I have to go upstate where I go to school, and I cannot drive that car upstate because it is fucked up. Like, this whole situation has me messed up, but if y'all have any ideas, any recommendations, or anything on what I can do, please comment and let me know. Do I feel dumb? Yes, I do. Did I do my due diligence to make sure that this didn't happen? Yes, but people out there are getting better at their scams. So if you are buying a car on Facebook Marketplace, make sure you do your research and make sure you, just try not to get scammed because they're getting good nowadays.
I'm very sad to report today that I indeed almost got scammed on Facebook Marketplace. I've been so excited to finally be like selling stuff off of there and buying stuff that my mom sent me a listing for a sauna, and it was just way too good to be true. I was like, there's no way they're selling it like this. And we were chatting, and then I checked the profile, and first off, the account was made in 2025. So already I'm like, now, who is getting on Facebook at 2025 that in their profile picture looks like they're 50? I don't know. That's sketchy to me. Maybe it isn't to you. And so I'm messaging back and forth, and they're like, hey, we will deliver this to you. We're also going to take your deposit and stuff. And I'm thinking like, oh, actually, that's cool. Like, I'll just Venmo them, and then nobody else will get it. And so I'm locked in. And then I was like, why am I Venmoing you before you, like, get to my house and give me the actual product? Like, hello? And so I rebutted, and I was like, wait a minute. You almost got me, but I'm not sending you my Venmo right now. Why can't I pay you when you get here? And then they're like, oh my gosh, no, it's because I have so many people biting on this. They took down the listing as I was talking to them after I was like, all right, send me your Venmo or something. And I was like, this is fishy. Something is wrong. Safe to say, I then scrolled looking at saunas on Facebook Marketplace, and 90% of these profiles were from 50-year-old women who suddenly started their account in 2025 and had the most identical excuse me, I'm getting emotional, and had the most identical, oh my gosh, description. See, I'm tripped up over this, guys. I'm pissed off because I want to get a sauna, and I don't want to pay full price right now. But anyway, moral of the story, do your due diligence on Facebook Marketplace. That was crazy.
That's why these videos are important, so that some people who are not aware of how some people can be very dishonest and scam you of some things, it will kind of teach you. The things that I actually check out and look out for is how long, because thank God that Facebook actually leaves the dates, like how long the person has been on that, you know, platform for. Because I feel like somebody who is scamming will be there freshly, because maybe you would have to be recreating profiles, because somebody is going to be reporting you that you are doing something, you know, bad if you scam people. So if somebody has like a new account, you see them, like let's say you go on there this year 2025, and the person created a profile 2025, 2024, 2023, but 2024, basically like 2025. I just find it kind of weird. So I trust somebody who has been on there, let's say, since 2008, 9, 10, 11, you know, 12. I feel like that's kind of far. So you've been there for a while. Doesn't mean that you should trust the person totally just because of that. If people want to sell something to you, like for instance with rent, because I noticed that's where they keep getting people a lot with rent and cars. Like sometimes a place they could list it for, they could just take some screenshots, some photos be looking like screenshots, and then some of them be like, why are you, a place that's supposed to cost this amount that I think it should cost, you're like giving it for low, you're putting it like for a very low price, low amount, and there's no way I'm gonna pay you a rent for a place and give you like a huge deposit, or give you a deposit before I even see a place, visit the place, see it. No, no way. Like sometimes you get scammed and you learn. So I'm not the kind of person who will beat somebody down like after you know, messed up, because it could be anybody. Like sometimes you might think, oh, it's not gonna happen to me. It could happen to anybody, but like it's good for you to kind of learn some of these things and not to be too trusting of people. Be very cautious.
I will never be using Facebook Marketplace ever again. A little backstory, I used to have a Canon. Unfortunately, I broke it due to water damage on the way home from Italy 2 years ago. I don't want to get into it, but I've been looking for a new cheap camera because I miss it. So I go on Facebook Marketplace and I found a very cheap one. I was like, okay. So, and the pictures look legit, users seem legit. So I messaged her and I was like, hey, is this still available? And she was like, yeah, it is. And she was like, are you in Arizona? And I'm like, no, I thought the location said New Jersey. And she was like, oh, I used to live there. Sorry, like I have to update that. I'm like, oh, okay, like I'll just ask someone else. And she's like, no, like I can ship it to you. It's only $7. I'm like, oh, are you sure? And she's like, yeah. So I said, do you have Venmo? And she said, no, but you can use Apple Pay and I'll just give you my husband's number because we share it. That should have been the first red flag. Why are you giving me your husband's number and not yourself? Anyway, I text the number being like, hi, I just want to confirm this is Jamie's husband. This is from Facebook Marketplace. I don't get a message back. And at the same time, she's messaging me being like, just let me know when you've sent the money so I can send the camera to you. And I texted her or messaged her, whatever. And I was like, just letting you know, like, your husband didn't respond to me, so I just wanted to, like, wait till he responds so I can make sure I'm not losing my money. She was like, oh, he said he responded to you. Like, sorry, he's just in the basement, because, like, for work, he works in the basement, so there's not a lot of service, but he responded to you. Okay, I was getting impatient, and I was very impulsive, and it seemed real. I just sent the money. Okay, sue me, I sent it to that number. I know I should have waited for a text back, but I sent it. And I sent the screenshot to her and she was like, great, like I'm about to run errands, but I'll ship it out before I do that. And I was like, okay, great. And I said, can you just send like a confirmation once you ship it so I know like that it's coming? And she's like, yeah, of course. And she's sending like the heart emojis. So I'm like, okay, she's talking like a human. Like, I think this is real. So 2 days pass and I still haven't gotten anything from her. So I just messaged again. I'm like, hi, can you send the shipping like you said you were going to? And she was like, oh, yes, of course. I'm going to send the receipt and the shipping and everything from my phone number. And I'm like, okay, great. I opened Facebook Marketplace this morning to look for our conversation. Nowhere to be found. Deleted. Gone. Account is also gone. I texted that number that was supposedly her husband. I don't even know who it is at this point. And I was like, I'm really upset if you could refund me. Obviously, they're not responding to me. So just lost a lot of money and I'm not getting a camera. So this is your sign. Facebook Marketplace sucks. You can't trust anyone. Jamie Lewinsky, if you're real, you're an evil person. You're evil. And I'm very upset right now. So if anyone's selling a Canon G7X for cheap, let me know. Thank you.
I literally just got scammed and I'm so pissed off because I'm from the East Coast and I'm very skeptical of every single person ever. So the fact that I fell for this means that this is for sure going around and I need to tell everyone about it. was recording. I'm moving and I put some of my items up on Facebook Marketplace. So I put it on Facebook Marketplace, whatever, and a lot of people are inquiring about this one chair that I'm selling. So many people are hitting me up at once. I was like, oh my God, this chair, people love it. So someone's like, can I pick it up right now? I really like it. And I was like, sure. And they're like, text me. And I'm like, okay. So I text the number. It was green. That should have been the first red flag. They have an Android, that should have been the first red flag, whatever. Keep going forward. They were like, hey, I want to pick it up. They were like, cash or Venmo. And I was like, do you have Zelle? And they were like, I would rather cash just to protect my privacy. Can I just confirm you're a real person? And I was like, yes, for sure. Oh my gosh, like I would, if I was on the other end, I would want to confirm that I'm a real person. So I was like, yes, for sure, you can confirm that I'm a real person. And they're like, okay, I'm gonna send you a code just to like verify that you're a real person. And I was like, oh my God, for sure, for sure, send me the code. So they sent me a code and it was like Google Voice authentication. So I'm like, okay, what is this? I click on it and it was like, oh, just to like authenticate your voice or something like that. Like I read it really fast, I skimmed, and then I went back and I was just like, what is this? And they were like, oh, I just want to confirm that you're a real person. And I was like, oh yeah, for sure. And they're like, you can just send me the code and then it'll confirm. And I'm like, okay, so maybe they just want to confirm my voice or something. Like maybe I have to record and it'll show my voice. So I was like, yeah, here's the code. And then as soon as I send the code, like my stomach, just I had a pit in my stomach. And I'm like, what the did I just do? It was moving so fast and they already said that they were scared that I was a scammer. So I was like, no, I'm not. So I sent them the code. And as soon as I sent them the code, I had a freaking pain in my stomach and I Google it and it was like, never ever ever give someone your Google Voice authentication code because that is them trying to authenticate the number, my number that they're using, and they made Google send me the code and then they can go verify my number and then use my number for scams. I cannot believe that I fell for that. I am an intelligent woman and I cannot believe that I fell for that. I am so upset. I told them, this is a scam. I blocked their number and then there is a website. So moral of the story is that there is a website that you can go and remove your number from from all Google Voice devices that your number may be used. And the good part is that the person actually texted me back and they were like, hey, the code didn't work. I'm gonna send you another one. I'm like, yeah, you want another one, you stupid bee. That's when I blocked them. I removed my number from the Google Voice accounts just in case. So just beware when you're selling on Facebook Marketplace. There's a lot of scammers and it really sucks because I used to use Facebook Marketplace all the time before and it was really safe. And yeah, just be careful because everybody's just trying to get you these days and it just sucks. Peace and love.
Whenever I go on there, I strictly go. Let's say, for instance, I need to buy something. I make sure that I actually have to go to your house, or you come to, or we meet at a pickup point, and you have to give me hand over what you want to, what I'm buying. I want to buy from you. You have to give it to me first before I'll pay you, because there's no way you're not gonna run away with my money like that. No, I'm not sending. I'm not transferring nothing to you. I don't even want to do that shipping stuff. But yeah, actually got scammed on there. Tried to buy a phone on Facebook. I don't even know, like genuinely, I don't know why she decided to go on Facebook, but it was sad. She trusted it and was expecting for it to be shipped over to her, and they sent her an empty box and she paid for it, and that's really crazy. The money that she has been saving. You guys just need to know that there are a lot of ingenuine people out there, and they will scam you off the money in your hands and they wouldn't care at all. They wouldn't give a damn. They're just gonna go and use that money and ball and enjoy themselves while you're over there crying and sweating over what you worked hard for. Most cases, I don't even know how you're gonna call the police on somebody like that, so you have to be very careful. That's why you have to be careful with your money, because how will you even report the person? In most cases, it's so difficult. You haven't seen the person, you don't even know them. Like how would you report them? Just report to their Facebook page. Made it to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching this video to the very end. Please make sure you click the like button. It helps the algorithm and I appreciate that so much. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you're watching me for the very first time, and hit the notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video. I'll leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I would love to see what you think about this video. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.